Today, we will briefly cover how to establish your business presence in Ukraine. So, to start with, there are two main business vehicles that are commonly used in Ukraine: limited liability company and joint stock company, which can be either private or public. Since running a joint stock company is a bit of a complex issue, the choice of the foreigners usually falls either on establishing a wholly owned subsidiary in the form of LLC or setting up a rep office in Ukraine. We shall consider the procedure of establishing for both forms. Let us start with LLC. First of all, the client will need to provide his local advisor with the following documents: notarized and apostille extract from the foreign commercial register of legal entities from the country of origin or other equivalent proof of the legal status of a foreign legal entity. The notarized power of attorney empowering the advisor to perform state registration of legal entity and all related activities. Besides, certain information on a contemplated company is required to be provided as well. Let's say name of a new company in Ukraine. You can suggest any name and we will check whether it is available. There is no possibility to reserve the name of the company. Therefore, it is recommended to have second priority options. Founder of the company. If it's a legal entity, please provide the name, address, director, ultimate beneficiary owner. Please note that for the purpose of opening a bank account for the LLC in Ukraine, a bank will request to disclose an ownership structure and may request other supporting documents, including copy of the passport of the founders. You may also be asked to provide us with the planned amount of a share capital. The minimum amount of a share capital is not stipulated for the limited liability companies in Ukraine. However, the share capital is required for normal operating activity of the company. We shall also provide information about director of the legal entity in Ukraine, who can be either resident or non-resident, provide information on legal address and the list of activities with which the legal entity will be conducting. After the homework has been finally done, your advisor will submit to the notary or state registrar the following documents: application on state registration of the establishing LLC, notarized and apostille extract from the foreign commercial register of legal entities or other registration document, minutes of the general founders meeting LLC regarding establishing LLC charter, the notarized power of attorney empowering to sign charter or perform state registration of legal entity and all related activities. Also, the document certifying the payment of the administrative fee for the state registration. Let us now turn to the rep office. To open a rep office in Ukraine, you will have to provide the Ministry for Development of Economy, Trade and Agriculture of Ukraine with the following documents: application in a free form with a request on the registration rep office. The hereof application shall contain the information on the full name of the foreign business entity, the country of origin of the foreign business entity, the registered seat, telephone number, telephone machine. Also, the information on the city where the rep office will be operating, with the provided information on its future registered seat, number of foreign employees to be employed by the rep office, if such employees will in fact be employed, date when the foreign business entity was established, type of the foreign business entity, number of employees employed by the foreign entity, sphere of its business activity. You shall provide the certificate of incorporation of the foreign business entity. Extract from the bank where the foreign business entity has opened its bank account with the signature of the bank's authorized person. Also, you shall provide power of attorney for representation in Ukraine, executed in accordance with the law of the country where the foreign business entity is registered. All the documents shall be notarized at the place of their issuance and duly translated into Ukrainian with a stamp of the translator. Document shall be submitted to the ministry no later than 6 months from the date of their issuance. For the registration of a rep office in Ukraine, an applicant or his duly representative shall pay a state fee in the amount of a sum equivalent to a minimum living wage for working citizens. As of now, the given sum amounts to approximately €65. The whole process of the registration shall take up to 20 working days as of the submission date. If the submitted documents were fully in line with the requirements, the applicant should receive a certificate of registration of a rep office in Ukraine. The certificate shall be issued with its own number and contain the following information: the full name of the foreign business entity, the number of foreign employees to be employed by the rep office, and the registered seat of a rep office in Ukraine. Please also keep in mind that the rep office is not being considered as a legal entity and it does not carry its business activity independently. In all cases, it acts on behalf of the foreign business entity specified in the certificate. That is all. Stay tuned with OG Partners.